After a 2-month break, the back-to-back NR 2003 Series of the Year, the Craftsman Cup Series, is back on YouTube after a very successful return from a 9-year hiatus. 42 fearless drivers, which includes 7 rookies, signed up for the new season. But what lies ahead of them is a much, much longer season. We've increased the rounds from 20 to 26, racing at Daytona to Indy, Nazareth to Nashville, Papyrus to Road America, and even the championship heads to Japan for the very first time. New rules have been acquitted in qualifying. Drivers gets involved in accidents or blows an engine, they will start at the back of the grid. But what's new for this season is the reliability has been decreased from 100 to 50, meaning the cars can actually have problems during a race, which you already saw from defending Daytona 500 champion Charles Sanford did in his dual race. But before we have a look at the cars exiting pit road to start the CCS season and the biggest race of all in America, let's have a look at the class of this year's Craftsman Cup Series. Also, side note, production team has been sacked after making this excerpt, as they made a couple of mistakes in this video, aka me, because I forgot to edit a couple of names in what team or teams they're currently in. I do apologise, but here's the video. Yes, that is this season's class for the Craftsman Cup Series. Hello everyone, and welcome then to round 1 at the World Centre of Racing at Daytona for the big race itself, the Daytona 500. Everyone in the crowd are on their feet waiting for the drivers to head out onto the track to do 250 miles. It's the longest race we will do on the CCS calendar, well, particularly at the super speedway anyways. But as you can see there's all the drivers then waiting in pit lane to get going. But before we do, we're going to have a talk about the front row. These were the 2 drivers that were the fastest had the fastest times in practice which made them guarantee themselves on the front row for today's race. The 00 of Sky Commons, he is on pole, and the 44 of Noah Cars. It's actually kind of pretty funny that the fact that during the Bud Shootout, those two drivers also made it, and they were in the lottery for where they're going to start, and they started on the back row for the Bud Shootout. And here they are, about 3 days later, they're both starting on the front row. How weird is that? I don't get that. I completely don't get that at all. Then on the second row, we have the drivers that won their respective Gatorade dual races. And in dual number 1, it was the rookie Carson Green, driving from DEI in that blue Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. And he's going to be alongside his more vast, experienced teammate in Trent Dunham, who he won his dual race as well. So you got the drivers that started in the back row in the Bud Shootout, starting on the front row for the Daytona 500, and you got two teammates starting on the second row. Behind Trent Dunham is defending CCS champion Danny Wells, and the defending Daytona 500 champion Carson Gum. What was I saying Carson Gum for? My apologies. Charles Sandfer. He is at the very back of the grid there. You see two orange cars there at the back? Well, that's where Charles is, as he suffered a problem in his Gatorade dual race. Anyway, I think we shouldn't waste much time on this now. I think we're going to have to get these 42 drivers out on the track. So as the pace car gets underway and all 42 drivers are making their way out onto the track, here is the starting grid, the brand new look for the starting grid. So Sky Commons then brings the field to the green flag. The pace car is going to turn the sharp left into the pits, and we are going to get ready for 100 laps around this 2.5 mile racetrack. All of these drivers will be absolutely nervous. They'll probably settle in about 10 laps in. The green flag waves. It's showtime for another season of the CCS. Well, we are clean and green after the first lap, and the first lap of the new CCS season belonged to Chris Summers, and he will get 5 championship points for leading a lap. I just noticed there they are 4 wide at the back of the pack right there. Matt McIntyre, Charles Sandfer, Matt McLean and Dylan Pulte, but they sorted themselves out and go into 3 wide. You don't really want to go 4 wide here. It's just wide enough to go 4 wide, but not that wide enough, because then if you go 4 wide, you usually end up in an accident. Meanwhile, Zachary Fitzwater in the number 29 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. That's the car's not up to full speed, and looks like Fitzwater could possibly lead the second lap, and Indeed he does. And now Fitzwater will go up to the high side, and we'll let Kyle Matthews and Diego Ospina go through. Ali Rain in the 77 sort of looking underneath the 97 of Ospina, but well, Ospina is now going to go into the middle and put Ali Rain on the bottom of the racetrack. Now we've got a couple of teammates then hooked up. You can see the 97 and the 17, they're working together. And there you can see 14 rows of free wide as they go across that camera angle. And to start lap number 4, and it will be Ali Rain that will lead this lap. Ali Rain, the third driver in the Penske Racing team. There's one of her teammates, Christian Martin, as well as the 2 car of Dylan Young. There you can see him. He is stuck right in the middle of that there. He's got Wes McCall in the 0 car and Sanfer in the 32 in the middle as well. Anyway, here comes Colin Jones, the rookie then, wanting to lead a lap. Colin Jones has had quite a great Daytona Speed Weeks for a rookie. Oh, Ali Rain. Oh, there's touch and there's contact. Yeah, Ali Rain and Colin Jones there, beating and banging on across the start-finish line. I think Jones may have led that lap. No, he didn't. Ali Rain must have led that. And now here comes the 8 car of Anthony McCrory, with Jimmy Smith in the 4 right behind him. And the crowd will go absolutely wild to see the 8 take the lead, but probably not for long, because Jamie Smith now puts his Morgan McClure Chevy on the inside. Brandon Ross there, you can see at the tail end of the field, just in camera shot right there. Listen to them when they go by this view here. Just listen to them at 200 miles an hour. Such a gorgeous sound there. The rookie Jack Mitchell is at the back there in that black and the big red Texaco Havoline Dodge. He's at the back end of the field, trying to help Austin the plant work his way up to the front. But now Jamie Smith now takes the lead. There he is. James Qualls behind him in the 24. And RJ Bishop, a second-year driver in the CCS. He did drive for Hendrick when he drove the 5 car. Now driving for the Chip Ganassi Racing with Seth Cole and the rookie Jack Mitchell, as you can see at the back end of the field. And now Jamie will go to the middle and put James Qualls onto the inside. So Qualls and RJ looking low off of 3, off of 4. And looks like he is going to be okay. But oh, James may left the inside slightly open. Is RJ going to get through? There is through, but Jamie's clear on the outside. That could have been that near disaster 4 wide moment right there. Although Anthony McCready was looking high on Jamie. He wasn't going to get through that position, no problem. So RJ Bishop now sort of takes the lead. But James Qualls got the run off of 2. I don't think he's going to lead it though going into turn 3, because RJ goes to the middle and puts Levi McIntyre in the UPS Ford. So they're 3 wide for the lead, 3 wide for 4th, and they're 3 wide all the way back through the field. Another lap completed. Levi McIntyre now leads. RJ Bishop 2nd, James Qualls 3rd. There's Nick Gunther, who started in 35th place. He's now up now into 3rd place, potentially 2nd place. And behind him is Matt McIntyre, the only driver in the Bill Davis Racing Camp. Now Gunther goes to the inside. Levi goes into the middle. And I just don't know, somehow Jessica Shelton, she's always there. First the 2 cars in the middle, along with Danny Wells, defending champion. Oh, there's a mess actually further back there. And I just saw Carson Green. There he is. He started on the 2nd row of the field. Chris Summers, who led the first lap of the season. And they're sort of like starting to fall behind just a teensy bit, along with Daniel Voiles. But it looks like it's getting a little bit racy further at the back end of the pack. But they have sorted themselves out. Thank goodness for that. This is what Chris Summers sees. He sees the rookie Carson Green ahead of him. And you can see at the back of the pack there, that's the double seal over Pulse of the Sky Commons. Carson didn't know which lane to choose from. Did he want to go to the inside? Did he want to go in the middle? He stuck in the middle to help Daniel Boyles. Now probably goes to the outside to help Carson Gunn make his way up through the field. But the outside line, good luck with trying to do that though. And Chris Summers with a heck of a run. Daniel Boyles sees the run that Summers is getting and goes to the inside to block it off. Anyway, the field then making our way into turn 3, and we're still 3 wide for the lead. This time, we've got Matt McLean in the lead. There he is there, but he's going to lose that lead to Michael Norman. Michael Norman there had a very struggling year in his debut. He did manage to get the win at St. Joltis, which was the final round of last season. Can he start off the season very strong? And now he leads a lap and he will get 5 points. And behind him is Sam Oskin, who started dead last. And there he is, the second car on the inside. Behind him there was Joshua Collard in the 43. So yeah, Michael Norman now takes the lead. Matt McIntyre trying to work the outside. It's alongside the 5 on the backstretch they go again. And now Fitzwater's at the back of the pack. And now Michael Norman will go into the middle and allow Sam Oskin to go onto the inside. Joshua Collard thinks about going 4 wide, but thinks better of it. This is just a complete and utter marathon. This is, we're what, 11 laps in, and it's still been some great racing so far. I think Oskin actually led the lap, and indeed he did. He gets 5 points too, so he started 42nd, and within 12 laps, he's into the lead. I've said that so many times when it comes to super speedway races. If you start at the back of the grid, it's no big deal. Like I said with Cody Lammers there, I think it was in the in one of the Gateway Duel races, because I think Diego Spina won it. No, Diego Spina finished quite high up though, but I think he did lead briefly. That yeah, like I said, if you start qualifying dead last in the field, it's not a big issue. No concern at all if you're starting 43rd on a super speedway. The only difference though is this track is a little bit tighter, a little bit narrower than the likes of Talladega and St. Joltis, etc. Anyway, through on the inside now goes Joshua Collard. Here comes Danny Wells with a good head of steam. He's side by side with his teammate, the back-to-back Bud Shootout champion of Dylan Poteet. And behind Poteet there is Christian Martin in the 12. Just saying, Penske added another car into their team with Ali Rain, who briefly led a lap or so. And yeah, Danny has cleared the 16. Probably goes to the outside now. Cody Lammers. Uh-oh, Cody. I don't think he's clear. Yeah. This is going to be disaster. They're going to be 4 wide going into turn 1. This is what we don't want to see. They are 4 wide. The 43 and the 18 are in an Evernham sandwich. Can they make it out alive on the backstretch? No, they don't. And that's the leaders all involved there. Collard has spun around. And the smoke is absolutely there. Wow, big hits there. And it's just stacked the whole field up. And damage to Charlie Buxton. You can see the green car off Spina. There's more wrecking up ahead, I think. Or cars may have just slowed down, but there's been a multiple of cars involved. And I think there's more. Oh, there's some drivers just scraping the wall. I think RG Bishop and Levi McIntyre may have scraped the wall. But the field are making their way back to the caution flag here on lap 14 out of 100. Cody Lammers, he was involved. And Diego Ospina, his day has come to an abrupt halt very early on, and he will drive his Roush Racing Ford into the pits to unfortunately retire from the race. So it's not going to be a Daytona 500 win for one of the most experienced drivers in the CCS for yet another season. Cody Lammers just crossed the line. Damage there, just saw there. Look at the damage there. You can see right side damage. It's completely gone off. Tyres exposed. Same as well for, well, no, it's not really the same for Joshua Collard, but also his engine has gave up the ghost and all. So that's 2 cars at least out of the race. There's the pace car. They're going into turn 3. Poteet came across the line, leading the race. So let's have a look at the first caution. This is a view from the Goodyear blimp, as per usual. As I said before, early on in the race, if you go 4 wide at Daytona, there is going to be an accident. So let's see who was at fault here. Does the 18... Oh, I think the 18 may have had a little bit of help from Jesse Turner in the 10. Although the 43 is very close to the 19, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was the 18 went into the 43, but I don't know if Jesse Turner had some help. Alex Rowe in the 37, he's got a bit of damage there. Jamie Mitchell just gets through there quite nicely. And then, you know, it's just absolute carnage further on back. Danny Wells gets involved there. So to the Sam Oskin. Matt McIntyre hits the 9 as well. And we're just trying to go through deep in the field. Oh, look, they were 4 wide there yet again. 29, 45, they all get through perfectly fine. There's the 97. Just completely stacks up there. But luckily, not a lot of cars involved. I'd say about 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 cars that were involved. And already Danny Wells, the defending champion, has some damage on his Dodge dealer's car. So for the first time this season, let's get some onboard replays of the accident. On board with Josh Collard. And then gets hit hard at Chelsea Road, and the engine gave up then. And that's where they got the hit from Charlie Buxton. And there's Ospina just comes in there. And this is from Danny Wells' view. Alex Rowe had nowhere to go. Man, oh man, Danny Wells is getting hit like a ping pong ball. And riding on board with Sky Commons, he got through this fine. Came across the line in P28. Let's see how he gets through this. Oh, Danny Wells had a bit of airtime from the rear. That was because Nathan Hudson smacked him. One more view from Sam Oskin. Did the 10 just get into the 18 here? It's hard to tell from that angle. That's a hard to tell if Jesse Turner got into the 18. Pace car is on the track, and it looks like everyone is going to go into the pits to top up, possibly put some fresh tyres on. I think by the looks of it, we had a few retirements. We know for a fact, definitely, that the 43 and the 97, but they both had engine trouble, so they are out of the race. Not too sure about the other conditions of Alex Rowe, Nathan Hudson, and Charlie Buxton. Although there's Charlie's car coming into the pits. There he is in the green number 89, as well as the 6. Maybe we should keep our eye on it, actually. Let's see. Well, there's the 6. 6 looks like he's putting on some fresh tyres. And then 89, he goes into the pits and is out as well. So 3 retirements there from that accident. And it looks like Jesse Turner is going to come out ahead of Michael Norman, then Dylan Pulte, who was in the lead, coming into the pit lane. He's not leading it anymore, as the whole field also goes out as well. So that's a shame there. We got 3 retirements there from the first accident. Actually, let's check if Alex Rowe is still racing, if he's still out and about. Let's see, where's the green 37? I don't think I can see him. I don't see the green 37 too. What about the 6? What about the 6 Nathan Hudson? He was putting fresh tyres on him. Oh gosh, slow down, please slow down. That always terrifies me there. I think, I don't see Nathan Hudson's car or Alex Rose's car too. So I think all in all, we've had 5 retirements there from the first wreck. As we look at Andy McCrory heading back out onto the track. He came across the line when the caution flag in 27th place. So anyway, we'll skip a few laps and we'll get back to the green flag. Getting ready for a restart here at Daytona International Speedway. We are nearly going to be on lap 19, so nearly 1/5 race distance complete. And we have Jesse Turner out in the lead. Well, he's going to come back to the green flag, leading the field. Second place then is Michael Norman. Third place is Dylan Poteet. Brandon Tedisco in fourth, ahead of Brandon Ross in fifth. Daniel Voiles in sixth. Kyle Matthews in seventh. Christian Martin in eighth position. Ninth place is Matt McLean. And Austin LaPlante completes the top 10. And indeed, we have confirmed that two more retirements happened there. Alex Rowe in the 37 and Nathan Hudson. So we've had 5 retirements then from the incident on lap 14, as Jesse Turner brings them back to the green flag, lap 19 out of 100. Well, it looks like Michael Norman's got caught sleeping on the restart there. He's already lost a few positions. I've only just noticed there too that the 5 has some driver's side damage. He's got left side damage on his Kellogg Chevrolet. So he's going to be tumbling down the order actually. He has picked up some aerodynamic damage. And you can see his car's not going to be up to top speed, unfortunately. So Michael Norman's chances of winning Daytona 500's already gone up in smoke. More cars are going by him. Should we ride on board here with the 5? Let's ride on board with Michael Norman. There goes Martin. He goes through. He's on a 3-wide situation. There goes Brent Wintergreen. And there's the 0 of Wes McCall, followed by the 49 and the 99 have also gone by. Still staying up top. There's the 20 of Liam Ulrich, who's had a great run. There's the 15 of Carson Green going through. Jessica Shelton's going through. RJ Bishop's gone through. And there's Chris Summers. He's also gone through, as well as Jamie Smith. And he's still going to be tumbling down the pecking order. Through goes Levi McIntyre. Through goes Charles Sanford. Through goes Ali Rain. Through goes Dylan Young. Through goes James Qualls. It'd just be an absolute nightmare for Michael Norman to just have some damage and just can't do anything. Now there goes Sky Commons. He goes by on the outside and Fitzwater's on the inside. So he's went from second place all the way down to 25th as the rookie Jack Mitchell also goes by too in the Texaco Haviland Dodge. Right, meanwhile, back up front then, it looks like Jesse Turner is finally going to be challenged in by the 21 of Brandon Ross, who will go side by side into turn 3. And Brandon Ross in the Wood Brothers 21, he's been reunited with that team. He's driven with that team for so many seasons prior in their past CCS seasons. And he's back in his, we should say back home, he said to me, in the 21 car. This time he did lead a lap and he will get 5 championship points for that. Now Carson Green has caught up with the lead pack, followed by Jamie Smith and Sanford in the 32. He's a defending Daytona 500 champion. What a story that was there for the oh, there's Danny Wells and Sam Oskin there. It's just going to be damage limitations then for both those drivers, but what a story it was then for the 32 winning last season's Daytona 500, because we were racing with the 2000 car set. And, you know, with the return of the CCS, and Charles drove the 10 car. And if anyone's a hardcore, die-hard NASCAR fan, would remember that the 10 car was driven by Johnny Benson, and he almost did the fairy tale ending to winning the Daytona 500. And Charles Sanford picked the 10 car, and weirdly enough, it went into victory lane 25 years when Johnny Benson nearly did the unthinkable. Now then, can we see him go back-to-back Daytona 500 winners? Poteet's already done it for the Bud Shootout. We'll find out, though, in about 70 more laps or so. Anyway, Carson Gum is going to take the lead. Carson Gum, who finished runner-up in the CCS last season. There he is going by in the 99. Still with Roush Racing, but just different teams though. No, looks like Brandon Ross just had it on the outside of the 99. So Brandon Ross still held on to the lead. There's a look at Austin LaPlante in the 49. Not exactly Fitzwater, don't worry. That was a mistake in the video capture. It is Austin LaPlante. He's running in third position, side by side with the 38 of Daniel Voiles and Kyle Matthews. And now Jamie Smith in the 4 is getting a good push. Nick Gunther, Colin Jones and Trent Dunham have now gone into the battle. There's still Danny Wells, they're still fixing up with some damage there. There you can see the 1, now the 11. So now it is a bigger train of cars now. Anthony McCrory's trying to catch up to it, as well as the 42 of Jack Mitchell. Matt McIntyre, Seth Cole and Cody Lammers probably all doing the sensible thing, backing away from this pack of cars, which is just absolutely mental at the moment. Gunther going for a pass on Chris Summers, as now we've got Carson Gum into the lead now. Or has he? Is the 21 going to get a run back on him? Oh, we're not too sure. There's Carson Gum, middle of your screen. Ross on the outside, LaPlante on the inside. And off of turn 4, it's pretty much going to be a photo finish. Who's going to lead this lap here? I think it's going to be Brandon Ross, only just. Brandon Ross led yet another lap. And look at the run he's getting on the outside. He's getting a good shove from the 45 of Kyle Matthews. The only driver now for Petty Enterprises since Joshua Collard is out of the race. So Kyle Matthews flying the flag for Petty Enterprises. And so far, he's doing quite well. He's had a pretty good... He's had a very good Daytona Speed Weeks. Started in 11th place. He's in 4th place. Still on the outside, though. Still Brandon Ross. That car looks quite good around the outside. Gonna be the sweet spot for Brandon Ross. As now Jack Mitchell is slowly caught up to the lead pack now. So that's another car added to the lead battle, as well as Matt McIntyre, I've just noticed. Yeah, Matt McIntyre is closing in, as well as Seth Cole in the 41. And he's still bringing Cody Lammers there with him as well. So, still got another 4 more cars to be in this battle, and then everything will be all good. Yep, Jack Mitchell's now in the lead battle. Matt McIntyre is going to be close there too. Looking here at Daniel Voiles, he's pretty much the first car in the middle. Daniel Voiles had a trying season in the return of the CCS. He had a win took away from him thanks to Trent Dunham, who's in this lead battle there, by the way. Just see at the back of the screen, that 1 car. But then a couple of races afterwards, he ended up winning at Texas. So all that was forgiven. I think that was his very first CCS win. As Brandon Ross is looking really comfortable out front. Here's the view from his rear-view mirror to see Kyle Matthews and Carson Gum still battling up there. Oh, and there's Wes McCall in the Zero car. And Matthews has a great run in the middle of 3 and 4, and he's going to challenge Lee to try and get himself 5 bonus points. Can he do it? Oh, has Brandon Ross still got it? Oh, that's very close. I think Matthews may have got it. No, it was still Brandon Ross. So Ross, yet again, leads another lap. But he's not going to do it this time. There goes the 45 of Cam Matthews. He's through. Carson Gum to the bottom of the track. Now, I've just seen a couple of teammates there have found each other and working their way up to the front. Potentially, not these two. But I see the 1 and the 8 as Austin LaPlante is in a 4 wide situation. That's not a good thing to be involved in. That is really not a good thing. We saw what happened 4 wide back in lap 14. That's not a good view. That's not a good look. But they've all figured that out there. So that's good. We stay green. And Cody Lammers, who was spun around there, must have scraped the wall or some sort. There's a look at Matt McLean, giving Michael Norman a run. So to Christian Martin and Noah Cars, the outside pole sitter, all falling back towards his pack. But look at the lead now that Kyle Matthews has. And here comes Dylan Young. Dylan Young now showing some muscle in the Miller Lite Dodge. He stayed as well for Penske Racing for another season. He and Christian Martin both signed contracts to stay with the team for this season. Hoping to do an honour for that. And he gets his number 2 car into second place now. On board with Dylan Young. And he just sees Kyle Matthews ahead of him. And he goes low to try and go for the lead, but he needs help. So far, he's not really got a lot of help, with Levi McIntyre being that far back. But help is on the way, because I see a teammate coming up, the 77 of Ali Rain. There she is. In the bottom of a free wide with James Coles and Carson Green. And Dylan Young powerfully takes the lead, and he will get 5 championship points as Kyle Matthews slams the door in Levi's face. And now Kyle goes and returns the favour. Both of these drivers on the YouTubers at We the Coasters, so I think there was some sort of a deal made between the two. And now Matthews goes back through again. Tremendous gaggle of cars here. I don't know how many cars there are. I keep pushing that view there. We need to see how many there is in this lead pack. I would include Seth Cole in this. I actually would. So all in all, there is 31 cars then in this lead pack. And then you can see the 44, the 5, the 12 and the 31. Uh-oh, that's not good, that's not good. Poteet's in a 4-wide situation again. And there they go, they're wrecking. Poteet's around. Carson coming to Brent Wintergreen. Jesse Turner spin hard into the outside wall goes Wintergreen. And Carson Gumm's gone for a spin. Brandon Tedesco and Jack Mitchell and Brandon Ross is tumbled over. Caution is out, second time. And it happened this time on the back, on the front stretch there. And Brent Wintergreen had a hard hit up against the outside wall. Luckily, that's the safer barriers there. But looks like his day is over as well as possibly Jack Mitchell in the 42. Oh, and there's more and more. And Jack Mitchell's been spun around backwards there. Did he have some help with Austin the Plant, maybe? And his car is destroyed. Yep, so too is the 49. Through goes Danny Wells, through goes Sam Oskin. There is the pace car coming out there, and it was James Qualls that crossed the line in the lead as the caution is called for the second time on lap number 34. So let's see what happened here. Yeah, again here from the good rear blimp. No room whatsoever for Poteet. And then they just throw Constantine it up. Jesse Turner looked like, oh, did Wintergreen go down? Oh no, it was Carson Gumm. Carson Gumm goes down into Wintergreen and then into Jesse Turner. He doesn't hit the wall, but if you watch further ahead, watch the 07 hit the wall. That's a huge hit, head on at the one. That's probably about 150 miles an hour impact. And yeah, there goes the 21, and he's going to go flipping here. There he goes, there he's flipping. Here comes Brandon Tedesco, just careers into Jack Mitchell, who was trying to avoid Austin LaPlante. But that 21 flips about 2, maybe 3 times there. Carson Gumm then lays to rest on the apron of the track. Wes McCall, his day is over. His car is not moving. Maybe because he is... No, he's moving. Sorry, I thought he got caught on near the bump on the banking to the apron of the track. Yeah, he's actually moving. And yeah, and there you can see Brandon Ross's car. His car's gone. He's out of the race. And yeah, so multiple cars involved, but he took the worst out of them all. Brent Wintergreen. Look at the damage there done to the Jack Daniels Richard Childress car. From Brent Wintergreen's view, hold on tight here. Oh gosh. Nice to review camera and just see Brandon Ross flipping down on the track. And for Brandon Tedesco in the Jim Beams car. Oh, he was going to get through that then. And then Carson just tagged him. One more view from Jesse Turner here. Oh, and he got tagged in all. Oh, wow. Look at that hit from Wintergreen. There would have been two drivers then that could have avoided the accident but then got tagged. Turner into Disco. They could have avoided this accident. Well, we're going back to... Well, it looks like everyone is going to come into the pits today. Yes, indeed they are. Some retirements then going to take place. I'm definitely thinking the 7 is going to retire. So everyone again will head up into the pits and probably do the same outcome. There's Carson Gum. And there's Brandon Ross. He's not going to continue on with the race. I don't know about Carson Gum. He took some heavy hits, so I don't know if his car is going to be okay. But everyone heads into the pits. And who's going to be the lucky one that's going to come out first? Let's see here. There's Sky Commons. He pulls his car into the pits. We're just looking here at Carson Green. Here comes Noah Cars. He puts his car in the pits and all. But out goes Trent Dunham. So Dunham's going to come out leading, followed by Ali Rain and Colin Jones. So James Qualls goes down to 4th place. Dylan Young, 3. Oh, Sky Commons. Well, Kyle Matthews there was the big loser in that there. Had to slow down for Sky Commons to come out of the pits. So the majority of the cars are heading out of the pits. Let's see where they all fared out as we go back to the green flag. So we're getting back to the green flag here at Daytona for the first round of the CCS. Of course, it's the Daytona 500, a race that everybody wants to win. Thousands of drivers can enter this race, but only so little can win it in the end. And as you can see, the one car of Trent Dunham leads the field to the green flag. Ali Rain in 2nd, followed by Colin Jones, who's had a great Daytona Speed Weeks. He's sitting 3rd to the restart. Then you've got James Small in 4th, Dylan Young in 5th, Nick Gunther 6th, Levi McIntyre 7th, Sky Commons in 8th, Liam Ervig 9th, and Kyle Matthews rounding out the top 10. As you can see there, Jesse Turner at the tail end of the lead lap here. So all the cars you can see are on the lead lap. The safety car is off, there you can see, and Trent Dunham, and we're back underway on lap 38. No, Ali Rain is not wasting much time behind. She wants to take the lead, and she will. Now, what will Colin Jones do, the rookie? Will he help the 1? Will he help the 77? Or will he go low and get a run? Here comes Dylan Young with a great run, and Colin Jones sort of puts the block on the 2. But Dylan Young was committed to go to the inside. That was a brave move. And now Ali Rain has a teammate behind her. Oh, is Dylan Young actually wanting to go for the lead now? I don't know. I think he wants to. Side by side then, the 2 Penske drivers, 1 and 2. Gunther in 3rd, Colin Jones 4th, and Sky Commons, the pole sitter, in 5th place. Jamie Smith then at the back of this pack, followed by Carson Green. Then you've got Daniel Voiles working with Chris Summers. They've just passed Charles Sanfer. And then more cars behind them is Seth Cole, followed by the 17 and the 22. Seth Cole actually was upside down in the early goings of last season's Daytona 500 race, so he's doing a fine job so far. Currently running in 20th. About to lose that spot though to Jessica Shelton in the DeWalt Ford. As Gunther and Commons are now side by side. I don't think Commons actually led a lap here, but Kyle Matthews with a great run goes 3 wide. I think Gunther may have led that lap. I think he may have. We're on to lap 40 now, so 2/5 race distance complete. And now Voiles and Summers have gotten themselves in the hunt, in the lead battle. Now we can see if Charles Sanfer and Jessica Shelton will drive their way up there. Although Shelton's trying to pass the 32. It's not going to help them though. Not unless if Sanfer will happily give her the spot, and he does. So Jessica Shelton's got a pretty fast car at the moment. It's a view of the look at the other cars there too. Michael Norman and Christian Martin and Noah Cars. They must have had some repairs done on their cars. In fact, more than anything, I think they've actually fixed the right side of Michael Roman's car over the left side. It's a little bit still damaged, but they are keeping in touch with the lead pack. We did see them after the first caution. They dropped way back. But it looks like they've done some repairs done in the pits, and they are in touch of the lead pack. So fair play to all their mechanics there to sort of repair their cars and keep themselves in the hunt for the Daytona 500 victory. As Kyle Matthews then is retaking the lead, but look at the 11 car. The 11 car might have the run. And did he lead that lap there? It says he did. So Gunther led that lap again. So Kyle Matthews didn't, unfortunately. But he could take it this time, as he's on the shorter line. Fitzwater's trying his best to help him, while Dylan Young's trying to help his best to help Gunther get back in the lead. And Sky Commons in the middle has got James Qualls behind him. So Shelton, she's made her way now into the lead pack. Now we're just waiting for Sanfer and Seth Cole and Poteet to join. In fact, Poteet's making a move on Seth Cole for position, and Seth will gladly lose that spot there. He'll be happy just to tuck in behind Poteet and try and catch up to the lead pack. As we're still 3 wide for the lead yet again. I think Gunther led that lap as well. Yes, indeed he did. Another lap led then for the 11 team. Moving over from Andy Petrie Racing to drive the Joe Gibbs, the third new entry for the team. Weirdly enough, Cody Lammers was his teammate too last season as well. So the two Andy Petrie boys now driving for Joe Gibbs. And they've got the rookie Liam Ervig, who's stuck in the middle behind, behind, that is the one of Trent Dunham. Now we had Richard Johnson driving the Trenty car. He had a miserable time driving the Trenty. So far, Liam's doing a great job so far, keeping it nice and clean, out of harm's way, out of trouble. And I think, to me, he's also... No, I was going to say he's the best placed rookie, but no, he's not. Because it's either Carson Green and Colin Jones that are in a 3-wide situation. Again, Gunther with the run off of turn 4 and just goes down 2 lanes and blocks the whole field. I think I also seen in the distance now that Sanfer has caught up and he's bringing Cody Lammers too. And now you've got Seth Cole and Noah Cars. They're catching up as well. But the lead there for Gunther is getting bigger. Shall we have a look at the back of him? This is what Gunther sees out of his rear view mirror. Commons trying to get a side draft off of someone. That's Anthony McCrory. It's all looking good here so far for Gunther. Let's not forget the last time we raced at this track was in the night race, and he lost the race by 1/1000th of a second to Noah Hart. 1/1000th of a second. Here he is, leading the whole thing. And now you've got all 3 Joe Gibbs Racing team in the lead pack now. Fitzwater into second. James Qualls making it through the middle into third. In fact, he does. And now the first cars that are side by side is Jamie Smith in 6th, with McCrory in 4th and Sky Commons in 5th. As there goes Fitzwater, makes a move to the inside. Qualls ain't going to help the 29, he's going to help the 11. He's going to stick and help at the 11, so Zachary Fitzwater's got no friends behind him. And Jamie Smith has got up into 4th place. Car 4 in position 4. And also as well, you've got the 15-2. Look at the whole host of Chevrolets then up front with the lead. Qualls gets into second with the help of drafting with Nick Gunther. And now Fitzwater, who was didn't have any help at all, he's going to lose 3rd spot to Jamie Smith. Coming up now to lap 47, so nearly half race distance complete. Gunther leads, followed by James Qualls. Jamie Smith in 3rd, Fitzwater in 4th. 5th is McCrory, 6th is Sky Commons, and Daniel Voiles, I think, came across the line in 7th place over that Carson Green. It might have been Carson Green, actually. Let's see what the field is like further back then through the pack. Look at the moving and shaking then across on the backstretch. Cody Lamas there trying to push the 19, get himself a little bit further forward here. And it looks like there's going to be a position change for second place as Jamie Smith looks underneath James Qualls. But nobody has anything though for Nick Gunther. He's just happily continuing, leading laps. As we are nearly approaching half distance now. Ooh, Sky Commons now into 5th place. So you've got Gunther and then you've got a whole pack of Chevrolets behind in the top 5. 5 Chevrolets in the top 5. And then you've got 3 wide action here. Chris Summers. Oh, Fitzwater's looking to move back on Qualls for second. This is great racing. This is really, really great racing. Clean racing too. This is what you want to see. Noah Car's then at the back end of the field. Who was that further behind? Was that Sanford? Is Sanford lost touch with the lead pack? Ooh, I think he might be out of touch with the lead pack, you know. I think he may have. One more lap into a half distance then. But this is some great racing there. There's a look at... I haven't talked a lot about RJ Bishop, but there he is. Seth Cole is in behind him. As both Liam Ovig and Jamie Smith goes down to the bottom of the track. But unfortunately though for the team, unfortunately Jack Mitchell has retired from the race. Let's just actually let's ride a lap then. Let's ride on board with Cody Lamas for a full lap around this 2.5 mile track. Oh, there's a crash! A crash right in front of us! Oh, and there goes Trent Dunham, and that Seth Cole just went into him as well. And the caution is out on lap number 50, exactly halfway. Whoa, and look at Charles Sanford fly! He just zoomed by. I don't know what happened with Sanford, but caution's out. Caution number 3, Carson Green's got damage, was having a great race too. So too was Trent Dunham. Kyle Matthews, he was battling up front all race long. And it's all come wrong. Oh, and Sky Commons, and there's another incident that happened. And Commons has got some damage, the pole sitter. Charles Sanford's car is destroyed. So we're going to have ourselves a new Daytona 500 champion as a defending one is out. Colin Jones is also involved in it too. And into the pits goes Sky Commons. And is he going to retire as we look at the helicopter view? Yes, indeed he is. The pole sitter for the 500 is out of the race. And caution is out third time as both Danny Wells and Sam Odds can get by. Let's have a look at what happened. So coming onto the backstretch, Trent Dunham gets into Jessica Shelton. That's what happened there. And Carson Green reacted to that and then went into both Dylan Poitier and Colin Jones. And then there goes Carson. He goes into the wall. The 66 is the one they're spinning. Liam Irving just barely misses the one. Kyle Matthews, nowhere for him to go. Seth Cole, nowhere for him to go. Then you can see the 44 Noah cars. He just barely gets through. Now, what happened here with the 32? Because he came flying through. There he is there. What happens to him? He's going to smash into the 66. That's what happens. And then just slightly tags the one car too. We were riding on board with Cody Lamas and just seeing Charles Sanford just fly his way through the screens there. But that's what happened. He just drove right into Colin Jones. And that is such a shame because that was so many good race cars involved there. And yeah, big accident there for the 32. Hope he is going to be okay. We'll get some more onboard replays. From Carson Green. Yeah, he just touched his teammate when he came down. Nowhere for Dylan Young to go to. And just look at that 66 car spin right across the whole track. Oh wow, and Matt McIntyre never backed off. Okay, hold on to your seatbelts here from Colin Jones. This is going to be a hard impact. Watch the 32. Watch the 32. You can't see him. Oh, gosh. And also, I nearly forgot to mention as well, how did the 00 get contact? So this is when they were racing back to the caution flag. And we're looking at here at Sky Commons' view here. And they were going to go 4 wide, which they do go 4 wide. Sky given plenty of room to the inside of the 8 and the 17, but there's no little room. There's so much little room there. And there's the contact. The 17 gets into the 77, which spins the 8 car around. Chris Summers then also hits the wall. Liam Irving again avoids yet another accident. Does he? Oh, he's going to get his valence torn up by just spinning the 00 around. And he tries to correct it again, or he tries to help him, get him back in control again, but then spins back again. So, yeah, we had 2 wrecks that happened coming to the caution flag. And unfortunately, like I said, the pole sitter is going to be out of the race as through goes Norman and Christian Martin. Well, as you can see, the numbers are starting to dwindle down as we now hit the second half of the race of the Daytona 500. There's the very badly damaged car of Charles Sanfer. He's definitely out of the race. His car cannot continue with that state of the damage. Nick Gunther then, who's been pretty much dominating during that portion of the race, he goes into the pits. In goes a few other drivers then, so we're going to see who comes out ahead. Seth Cole, wonder if he... There's Colin Jones. In goes Chris Summers, probably have to repair some damage to his car. And in goes Noah Cars. In comes Carson Green. Does he pull into the pits to retire? Out go... Looks like James Cole's going to come out first, followed by Nick Gunther. No, it looks like some other drivers then are going to continue by the looks of it. Out goes Danny Wells. Out goes Jesse Turner. And a few other drivers then who were collected in the accident there, just there. Oh, well, out goes Noah Cars, followed by, well, Sam Oskin's come out ahead. But the other drivers then that were collected in the accident, they are just getting repairs or putting fresh tyres on. Not too sure about with Carson Green. He's still got the right side still jacked up, as well as Jessica Shelton. But out goes Trent Dunham. He's just took some bodywork off the car, and he goes out to fight another day. So let's see where they've all come out of after that. Well, we are back here at Daytona, and we're getting ready for some more green flag racing from the lights on the pace car there are not on. So it shows that we are going to go back to the green flag. Another great stop from the 24 bunch. They have managed to get their driver James Qualls back out into the lead. Oh, Sam Oskin has pulled off to the left and goes to the apron on the track below the yellow line. So he's encountered a problem. That's a shame there for Samet. But anyway, we will get back to the green flag, and as I said, a great job by the pit crew of the formerly Rainbow Warriors there. The 24, James Qualls, then leads this field going back to the green flag. The 11 of Nick Gunther, who was leading for the majority of the part before the caution came out. He sits in second. Levi McIntyre doing well in third place. RJ Bishop, he's silently, haven't talked a lot about him. He's in fourth place. And you've got Jamie Smith in fifth. Michael Norman, his battered Kellogg's Chevrolet, is running in sixth position. As you can see, Sam Oskin pulls into the pits. And you've got Matt McIntyre, Christian Martin in 8th, Daniel Voiles 9th, and in 10th place is Zachary Fitzwater. We're back underway on lap 55. I was just about to say that we've got 27 cars left on the track and they are all on the lead lap. 15 retirements now, 5 of them retired during the first wreck, six drivers in the second wreck, and that accident we just saw right there, 4 of them have retired, but also checkups as well done to Charles Sanfer and to Colin Jones after their big smash on the backstretch. Meanwhile, Nick Gunther wasting no time and gets back into the lead yet again. RJ Bishop in the 40. And just listen to the cars. Here we go. Yeah, Michael Norman actually now holding on now. So again, the mechanics must have fixed the car during the caution flag. And now he's actually up there in contention to lead this race here, Michael Norman. So a couple of Hendrick drivers then up front here with the lead. as Levi goes or tries to go underneath James Close, but unfortunately Jamie Smith was already there, and here comes Fitzwater to the inside. So Gunther back into the lead. RJ Bishop wanting for second spot now. Field is kind of a little bit spread it out there. Got to say, 27 cars on the lead lap. There's Sam Oskin, so he's back underway. He's going at 179 miles an hour, so I think he, like the same as Charles Sanford's, lost a cylinder. That's why he's probably went into the pit lane. So Gunther leads, RJ Bishop now into second, Smith in third, Fitzwater fourth, and James Qualls complete the top five. Daniel Voiles and Levi McIntyre has put Michael Norman in a Robert Yates sandwich, and here comes Poteet in the yellow number 19. And further back through the field, there's Liam Ervig just passing Christian Martin for position. And then you've got a little gap there now between Martin to Chris Summers. There he is, and he's getting Wes McCall and Matt McLean and Cody Lammers too. Followed by Danny Wells, but he's had a lot, well, he's had damage since the first caution, really. Again, just damage limit chasing then for the defending champion. There's Anthony McCrory, followed by Noah Cars. The outside pole sitter, Trent Dunham's got a lot of rear damage to his Chevy. And then you've got Kyle Matthews and Jesse Turner with Dylan Young and Carson Green, who was involved in the latest crash now. Meanwhile, back up front, still Nick Gunther with the lead, but they are catching to the ailing 16 of Sam Oskin, as Fitzwater now puts his GM Goodwrench Chevy into second place. So they are catching up to the 16 to put him a lap down. And he will be the first car to be officially on the road, but one lap down. 27 cars are all on the lead lap. And they are catching up now with the 16, who sort of goes into the middle of the track. So they're going to thread the needle in between the still 16. And they're all getting held up behind, sort of. Well, Nick Gunther definitely has now. So Fitzwater takes the lead, followed by RJ Bishop and Levi McIntyre, as well as the 19 of Poteet. The outside's getting hung out there. They're getting stuck behind the slow 16 car. Oh, well, now RJ wants to lead. There goes Michael Norman, Ervig. Daniel Voiles was the first to go underneath. Oh, and now Voiles is going to get stuck behind Sam Oskin. Oskin being a bit complete nuisance of himself, as they're side by side across the start-finish line. And RJ Bishop may have led that lap, and I think that's the first time he's led a lap here today, and he will get 5 bonus points now. Still Daniel Voiles stuck behind Sam Oskin. Here comes Poteet to the inside. And look at Michael Norman. There he is in the number 5 Kellogg Chevy. Look at him go. His car was beaten and banged up during the first caution. We were riding on board with him when the green flag came out back at lap 19 or so. About like lap 19. Wow, look at Nick Gunther going the bottom lanes. Holy moly, that was brave. But yeah, like I was saying, you just saw cars going by him basically on the inside. He was falling down like a rock. But there he is now in the hunt to try and lead this race. And I think they're catching up on more drivers ahead. I don't know if they've encountered... Oh, well, there's Seth Cole. And he's probably got the same problem as Sam Oskin. That's actually quite weird there. So I think a problem has occurred, unfortunately, with Seth Cole. And he was battling inside the top 15 for pretty much the first half of the race. So that's a shame to see for Seth. Right, meanwhile, the field makes their way into... Look at Nick Gunther. It didn't take him that long to try and get back into the lead, isn't he? Bishop still led the lap, but Gunther's car is is a rocket ship. It didn't take him that long to get up back into the lead of the race of things here. On the inside, with some help with James Qualls, put the 11 back in the lead. Oh, is he? Bishop's hanging it out on the outside. Jamie Smith has given Gunther a good push. Now then, Michael Norman is in the same line as his teammate James Qualls. See if he can get his blue and yellow Chevrolet in the hunt, but no, Liam Ervig blocks that. Oh gosh, we're going 4 wide. We're going 4 wide. There's not other cars here battling here in the top now. Jimmy Smith then on the outside. Levi McIntyre, James Qualls in the middle, and Ervig in the bottom of the track. And Jamie wisely, sensibly backs out of it. He will lose a couple of positions as a result of that, but still not out of the fight though. RJ Bishop's got a pretty fast car too, you know. Didn't have a lot of help on the outside, but was just legitimately ahead of the 11. He's pretty much been basically fast during the second third of this race. Around the outside he goes, and we're 4 wide yet again. This time, Jamie Smith is in the middle. Oh, Poteet. Oh, gosh. And Liam Ervig. And then RJ just goes up high and lets them battle out there again. So, again, smart driving there from RJ. And now we've got 3 Chevrolets running 1, 2, 3. Chris Summers at the back end there. You can see in the back shot. There's Seth Cole. He's just making his way. Well, he's just crossed the start-finish line. Now, Nick's gone to the high side. Probably he's got some help from his teammate, Liam Ervig in the 20. And this time, Nick didn't lead that lap. Give that to James Qualls for the lead. Now, Matt McIntyre is actually starting to drop a little bit back from the lead. Now you can see him in the Caterpillar Dodge. There he is, running in 12th place, starting to lose the lead draft, I would suspect. Look at Michael Norman, up there in the top 10. And for the majority of the race, he was down in the 30s with a damaged car. And again, great job to the mechanics to fix the car as the race goes on during the caution flags. Did see the 38 and the 88, the 2 teammates working together, but not anymore now. Ervig is still helping the 11. No, he's back. Actually, RJ Bishop has now blocked that. Lap 66 out of 100 now. So we're now into the final third of the race. And it consists of 11 drivers in the field, or in this lead pack here, now led by Fitzwater. His teammate Matt McLean is still in the race. There he is. We just saw him in the second pack, which is led by Chris Summers. There's Cody Lammers and the 0 of Wes McCall. And there you can see the 31 of Matt McLean. Matt McLean started 39th. He's currently running in the 16th. Yep, 16th position for the singular Chevrolet driver. And Matt McLean running in 12th position. Yeah, I think he's lost the draft. Yep, I think it's safe to say that Matt McIntyre has lost the draft here. But still, he's still in this race. There's still plenty of time to go. There could be another caution. There could be 2 more cautions. Let's see further up ahead. Look at the movement is shaking then as they go into 3 and 4. That's what on board with Christian Martin. He's got a little bit of damage on the bonnet of the car. And you can see just up ahead, that is the ailing Seth Cole. And on board with the 5 of Michael Norman. Yeah, so they are catching up with the lap traffic of Seth Cole. And that will put Seth Cole a lap down. Only Sam Oskin in the race has only just become a lap down, but they are catching up to the slow Seth Cole. There you can see, there he is there. Doesn't want his teammate RJ Bishop, because Bishop's leading Seth Cole. The worst thing that Seth Cole want to do is to hold up his own teammate. So RJ's got to think here. He's got to go high or he's got to go low. What is Seth going to do? Seth is going to go low, and again the 11 gets held up behind. That's the second time that Gunther's been held up behind lap traffic, and Bishop is away, and he'll be thanking Seth Cole for that. Finally, the 11 gets through, Now Voiles and Norman and Martin get stuck behind now. Now this could allow Matt McIntyre to catch back up here now. No, he's too far back. Yeah, McIntyre is too far back. And look at the lead now that RJ Bishop now has over Jamie Smith in second. And the 11 of Nick Gunther, who's running in third. Poteet in fourth. Then you've got side by side for fifth. Oh well, Gunther's trying to go on the inside. Jamie shuts the door. And look at the run that Jamie's getting. He just closed that gap by about half a lap. And he's gone right into the lead. Look at Nick Gunther giving Jamie Smith a right good push. Going by RJ Bishop. He flew by him. Yeah, Michael Norman may have got bogged down the most there. Got held up behind Seth Cole. So he's kind of fallen out of this draft now. And Gunther now back into the lead now. It's now, how many cars now in this lead bunch? The 38, the 12 and the 5 have dropped back because of the lap car. RJ Bishop trying to go 3 wide again for the lead. Look at him go. He went from the top of the track to the bottom. And Jamie getting hung out to dry on the outside. He's going to lose 2, 3, maybe 5 spots in the process, as Fitzwater will go 3 wide on the bottom. But that 11 car just looks absolutely comfortable when out in front. But he's got a battle on his hands now, as he has to stick to the outside. Getting down into crunch time. We're into the 70 lap mark now. We've got 29 laps to go until we crown ourselves a new Daytona 500 champion. Update then on both Colin Jones and Charles Sanford. They are both okay. They're not being badly bruised from that vicious impact that happened on lap 50. They are able to be walk away from the Airfield Care Centre. We will see them again next week at Auto Club round 2. Now Daniel Voiles is catching up. Voiles is catching up with the lead pack. I'm not so sure on Christian Martin. I don't think his car's that quick enough to catch back up to the lead pack, unfortunately. So we're now down to 10 cars now. Yeah, I think Martin has kind of lost the draft here, I'm afraid. Let's ride on board with Daniel Voiles. He's running in 10th place in the M&M's Ford. Back again with the lead battle. I tell you what, Nick Gunther seems to be quite an impatient driver. He's just trying to find room on the inside, on the outside. He just wants to work his way back to the point. Now they're catching up on lap traffic, I just heard too. So who's this now? Oh, this is Jessica Shelton, Carson Green and Dylan Young. These are the next drivers in line then to be put a lap down. And there's another back of cars here. There's Jesse Turner in the 10 with Danny Wells getting held up behind the 16. And Kyle Matthews and Trent Dunham is also there too. Anthony McCreary leads this pack of cars. And there's the 11. He's found the lead again. Now this could be a little bit problematic here now for these leaders here, because they've got 3 cars ahead of them. So this could allow Michael Norman and Christian Martin get their way back into the lead battle. But Gunther back in the lead now. There he is. Smith in second. Smith has had a great car all race long. He's pretty much been up at the front pretty much the entirety of the race. Oh, careful, careful. Oh, Levi McIntyre has just put his teammate Daniel Voiles in the middle, and we've got a 4-wide situation here. Oh, wow. Oh, God, and the 3 drivers, the 3 still cars are going to go 3 wide here. Now the leaders are all going to get held up. Who's going to get by them? That's Carson Green now a lap down. And now Dylan Young, who kind of helped Nick Gunther in the early goings in the race. And through goes Gunther. He's passed both Shelton and Dylan Young. So too does Jamie Smith. Daniel Voiles is now on the inside. He's got his teammate right behind him too. And now James Qualls has been stuck behind. RJ Bishop and Dylan Poteet have been stuck behind too. Behind the two, I should say. And Jamie Smith going back into the lead. I don't think Daniel Voiles has actually led a lap in the Daytona 500 yet. There he is in the multicoloured yellow number 38 car. I don't recall Daniel Voiles leading this race, and now he's up into second place. It's his best chance to get 5 championship points. So the last of the drivers then, Poteet finally gets by the lap car. So that's 3 more cars then a lap down. So it's as it stands at the moment, Shelton, Cole, Oskin, Carson Green and Dylan Young are all running a lap down. 22 cars then on the lead lap now. I think to me, Poteet's also kind of lost the draft and all. No, I don't think he has. I don't think Poteet's lost the draft. He can actually catch up to them. Smith leads, 3 wide for second. Then RJ Bishop in 5th. Liam Ervig in 6th. James Cole 7th. Levi McIntyre in 8th. And 9th place is Dylan Poteet. Oh, RJ. Oh, RJ's kind of pushing Zachary Fitzwater up the track. And now Levi McIntyre was thinking about going to the inside, but no, he's going to help his teammate Voiles. But still, Jamie Smith with a good advantage in the lead. Fitzwater's catching. The lap drivers then are going 3 wide already. As Smith then back leads yet another lap. We're coming up then onto lap 80. We've got 20 laps to go here. Fitzwater to the inside now. Wants the lead. And you can just see in the background now, Christian Martin and Michael Norman now stuck behind the 3 lap cars of Dylan Young, Carson Green and Jessica Shelton. Now we've got these pack of cars right here. There is Trent Dunham on the inside of Jesse Turner. That will be for 21st place, that will be. These are the last cars that are running on the lead lap. They're catching now on Seth Cole. Sam Oskin's actually stuck up with them now. Andy McCrory's sort of like driven away now. There he is there in the 8th. He's running in 17th position. Yeah, and you've got these pack of cars right here too, which is led by Danny Wells. Then you've got Noah Cars on the inside. Kyle Matthews and Trent Dunham are side by side. Now Jesse Turner is trying to lap himself from Seth Cole. And then you got this pack of cars here. Matt McIntyre has fallen to the clutches of this battle now. Still led by Chris Summers, who's into 12th place now. Cody Lammers, who's been involved in 2 accidents, is running in 13th place. Matt McLean now looks like he's going to take 14th away from Matt McIntyre, and he's bringing Wes McCall with him as well. And there's Martin and Norman still side by side. This is the battle for 10th place. And we're back again with the lead battle as once again Nick Gunther back into the lead. He passes RJ Bishop. Yeah, we're getting into the serious time now. They are starting to catch up with the big pack of cars here, which is led by still the 8. Yep, it still is. Oh, and this is a huge pack of cars. This race is not over just yet. So that pack of cars are heading to the backstretch as we go 3 wide yet again. They're in the middle of 1 and 2 now. tell you what, the two fastest cars in this battle is definitely the 11 of Nick Gunther and the 4 of Jamie Smith. Those are the two cars that have been super fast. Basically in the second half of this race, they've been absolutely super quick. Oh, pit stops there. I just saw some pit stops happening. We just saw Matt McLean there just coming out of the pits and Noah Cars into his pit stop. And he's going to put on some fresh tyres. So, okay. We've missed Michael Norman too. Michael Norman must be in the pits as well as Jessica Shelton. So Michael Norman then from the lead lap pits in. And we've got a caution. Caution is out. And they're wrecking for the lead here. And Fitzwater's got damage on the backstretch. 4th time today that the caution is out. And that's a big one. It's a huge shake-up then. Because Michael Norman's just come out of the pits. And there is the pace car. And who was leading it to the caution flag? We don't know yet. Or they've actually picked it up right now. And it's going to be Nick Gunther. And that's going to be a huge shake-up. And now Michael Norman is now trapped a lap down, unfortunately. Oh, that is absolutely disaster. The worst thing that Michael Norman wanted to see was a caution. Because now, unfortunately, he is going to be a lap down, as well as the 31 of Matt McLean. They're going to be stuck behind now. And Fitzwater got involved in another accident. He was, he was a bit of a nuisance in the Bud shootout, and you can see the front end is really caved in. We will have a look at the replay, but we're just going to see the drivers then making their way into the pits now. I'm sure they'll be making pit stops. I mean, they'll have to be. But that is an absolute sheer disaster for the 5 and the 31. The 17 was already a lap down. Yeah, so let's see then. Let's have a look at them. So you can see the 5, the 17 and the 31, the 2 and the 15. They're all a lap down. They have to make a pit stop a lap later. But I don't think the 5 will be, because he just made a pit stop. So all the other drivers on the lead lap will go into the pits. And we will have a look at the caution. Oh, Pulte just nearly bumping into Nick Gunther. Going into the pits. So all the other drivers then into the pits now. All 18 of them. It looks like it's just a splash and dash by for the 11 team. Looks like a 2-tire pit stop for James Qualls. He's not going to be coming out the pits leading, no. No, because it will be the 11, followed by his teammate Liam Ervig, and Dylan Pulte comes out in 3rd. Then you got Voiles in 4th, Qualls in 5th, and Christian Martin comes out in 6th. And it's a mess coming out of the pits there, with the 8, the 48, the 18, and the 0. Well, this is interesting. Let's see what happened to bring out the 4th caution of the day. So this is the incident what happened. I actually haven't seen this, so let's have a look at what happened. No, there's a bit of close racing there between the... Oh, does Jamie Smith get into the 24? He does. He gets into the 24 of James Qualls. Try to get a little bit of a side draft, but it was a bit too much, and they end up making contact. And then RJ Bishop, he was an innocent bystander. He gets involved. So too does Fitzwater. So really, it wasn't Fitzwater's fault at all. Daniel Voiles makes slight contact with Fitzwater. Hopefully, the front end or the valence isn't too badly damaged on the 38. But yeah, a multiple accident for the lead involved in an accident on the backstretch. And this is on board with RJ Bishop, who led so many laps here today. And his chances of winning the 500 might be gone. I'm trying to think if the 24 actually came a little bit up on Jamie. Oh, and I tell you what, James Qualls came up on the track in front, nearly in front of someone. And on board with Jamie Smith. Just let's have a look if the 24 may have came up, or did Jamie come down? I'm not too sure, really. I'm really not sure. And this is from Daniel Voiles' point of view of the incident. hoping that slight damage that Daniel's had. Well, this will be the last pit stop then for the drivers that are on the lead lap. You can see Michael Norman and Jessica Shelton and Matt McLean and Dylan Young and Carson Green and Noah Cars and Sam Oskin and Seth Cole. They are one or more laps down. So the rest of the drivers then who stayed on the lead lap will make a pit stop. And we're looking here at Gunther, Poteet, McIntyre, in comes Martin. Matt McIntyre's already putting in some tyres on there. Probably 4 fresh tyres then on him. There is Cody Lammers. He puts his car into the pits. So too is Danny Wells. And out goes the 11, followed by his teammate Liam Ervig. So it's going to be a GGR 1 and 2 when they get back to the green flag in the latter course of this race. This is going to be one heck of a finish you probably do not want to miss. Let's get back then to the green flag. Well, we are back again, and we are in to the last few laps of what has been a thrilling Daytona 500 as we're looking at the pace car. As you can see, leader in the field is Michael Norman, but he is not leading overall. He's running in 20th position. See if we can actually change camera view for this here. No, we're not looking at Jessica Shelton. She's running down in 27th place. She's running 1 lap down myself, I think, something like that, Matt McLean. But you've got to look at the 11. The 5th car in line is the leader. That's who we're looking at, Nick Gunther. And then in 2nd place is his teammate Liam Ervig. 3rd place is Poteet. Daniel Voiles is 4th, and there's James Qualls running in 5th position. The green flag is out, and we have got 13 laps to go. Now, we saw that the 4 car was collected in that accident. There he is, and he restarts in 19th position, so he's got some work to do. And he's already getting by. That'll be 4th position, don't forget. That's getting by both Zachary Fitzwater, RJ Bishop, and the 10 of Jesse Turner. So he's already gained 3 positions already from the restart. Now, I did see, before the 4th caution actually happened, that the 2 fastest cars had said were the 4 and the 11. Now, the 4's picked up damage. Let's see if he can keep that up there. So, meanwhile, the lap traffic then, there goes Michael Norman. Now he goes now a full lap down. So, Gunther, who restarted in the line, is leading. Oh, here comes Ervig. Liam Ervig, the rookie. He wants to get some 5 bonus points. He's got some help, though, from James Qualls and Daniel Voiles in the 38. Christian Martin's also in the mix, too. Levi McIntyre in the 88. Chris Summers just barely squeaks through, passing the 22. There comes Andy McCreary, and there's Cody Lammers in the green, number 18. But James Qualls now leads this race. Oh, that was so close. That was really, really close. I thought he was going to come down then on Daniel Voiles. I don't think Daniel Voiles has ever won a Daytona 500. He's in great contention here. So too is his teammate Levi McIntyre, whose 3rd car on the inside line. We're on to lap 90, so we're nearly approaching 10 laps to go. Qualls leads, Voiles 2nd, Ervig 3rd, Christian Martin, who I think he was involved in the 1st accident. I think it was. There he is in contention to win the thing. And also look at the 18, the Cody Lammers machine. There he is there, the Interstate Batteries car. He's been involved in 2 accidents, and he could also potentially win the Daytona 500. Qualls with a good advantage, as the 2 cars behind him are side by side for P2. Now look who's catching up in the background now too, the 4 of Jamie Smith. Now Jamie Smith, it looks like the car is okay to me after being collected in that accident. So too was Daniel Voiles, but he's up there in 2nd place now. Well, he's about to lose it now to Nick Gunther, and the 20 of Ervig trying to help him. So we're now down to 10 laps to go. Qualls leads. Then it's Gunther, looks like he's in 2nd place. Oh, but look at the 20. The 20's decided to help the 38, not even his own teammate. Now he does, as he goes to the inside. Chris Summers now up into P5. So we've got Hendrick Motorsports first and fifth. Potentially fourth as Daniel Gross has got no friends on the outside. Oh, this is going to be absolutely incredible. This is going to be one heck of a finish here. We are down to the last 10 laps of this race now. Who we're going to crown a Daytona 500 champion as Jamie Smith drives to the inside of the 22. That is for position. And he's going to go by the 18 of Cody Lammers, the 5 of Michael Norman. He is a lap down. He's not battling for the win here. Unfortunately, he pitted one lap too late early before the caution came out. Gunther retakes the lead on James Qualls. Anyone's guess for third on back. Poteet, he won the Bud Shootout. Can he win the Daytona 500 though as well? Oh, this is going to be an absolute thrilling finish. Look at Levi McIntyre putting Andy McCrory in the middle. Gunther retakes the lead again. Qualls second, but Qualls goes to the inside, side by side for third. And look who's there too, the 4 of Jamie Smith. He is coming like a house on fire. Oh, this is going to be such an amazing finish here to the end of the Season 2's Daytona 500. Please do not end this race on a caution. It would be just such a sad way to end the race on a caution. But the leaders are side by side. Poteet's trying to help the 24. He basically knows that the 11 car has been strong pretty much throughout the second half of the race, and he's still going side by side. He's got no help on the outside, but he can still drive side by side with the 24. Poteet looks to put James Qualls in the middle. We've got nearly coming down. Well, we've got 7 laps to go. Now we're 3 wide for the lead. Poteet in the bottom, Qualls in the middle. Gunther sticks out high and drops in behind James Qualls. Oh, this is just going to be absolutely unbelievable. It really is. Now we're 3 wide now for second spot. And now Dylan Poteet's the meet in the middle of a Joel Gibbs Racing sandwich. The 11's on the top, the 20's on the bottom. Daniel Voiles looks like he's also got a fast car, but he's got nowhere to go. He hasn't got anywhere to go, but he decides to go high. And he's going to compensate for that by losing a couple of spots in the process. James Qualls, who won a race last season, he won at Old Spice. Probably his best contention here to win a Daytona 500. How ironic this will be as well, because during the 2005 season, the 24 reached victory lane in the actual 2005 Daytona 500. Can history repeat itself again? Not unless Nick Gunther will say anything. He drives low to the inside. He looks like he's going to take the lead back again as we're coming to get 5 more laps to go. And again, Poteet, he decides to help the 11 this time. So Nick Gunther takes the lead. Poteet with a great run. It goes into second place. No one is helping James Qualls on the outside. Poteet looks low on the 11. Liam Ervig trying to help. He's gone into third position. He wants to probably go up top here to try and help his teammate protect the lead. But look who's coming behind the 20. It's the 4 of Jamie Smith. Don't forget, Jamie restarted 19th. He's up to 5th. Oh my God, there's going to be another 4 more laps of this. Gunther leads. His teammate's got up into second spot. Can Gunther see that his teammate is actually now behind him? For Gunther's sake, that's probably the best thing that he wants to see. He wants to see his teammate behind him, but Jamie Smith says, no, I want to make it 3 wide. I want to go onto the bottom. I want to win this 500. And through goes Jamie Smith into second spot now. And the chase is on to try and catch up with Nick Gunther as they go onto the backstretch now for the 97th time of 100. This is just going to be a straight up shootout. Don't forget the 5 of Michael Norman. He is a lap down. He is not in the hunt to win the Daytona 500. But at least he still had a car, though, that can compete with the top. Christian Martin starting to fall back from the lead draft here. 3 more laps to go. The 4 down in third. Ervig back into second. Tries to squeeze the 4 down onto the apron of the track. And now Jamie Smith's going to have some help from the 48 of Chris Summers. And Andy McCrory and Dylan Poteet in the middle. Daniel Voiles up top. And his teammate Levi McIntyre in the 88 is onto the bottom of the racetrack. But that gap is getting closer and closer and closer. As we're nearly coming in onto the penultimate lap then. 11 leads, the 4's in second. Oh no, there's some lap traffic ahead. Who was that? Who was the lap traffic? It's Zachary Fitzwater. Please do not cause the ending of this race here. Oh, why is it doing that there? We're on the penultimate lap then. 2 laps to go. Jamie Smith in the middle. McCrory onto the bottom of the racetrack. Liam Ervig sticks high. The 24 trying to make one lane even higher there. Trying to pass the 20 on the outside. That would have been brave and audacious. But now, the 4 car has freed himself. He's not in the middle no more. And cuts up right in front of Liam Ervig to try and get the draft. They are going to get the white flag this time by. Here comes the 29 of Zachary Fitzwater. Has to check up just a teensy bit. So that's a 29, 1 lap down. Here we go, white flag. Jamie Smith is there. Jamie Smith is on the inside now. We're hit the last lap. The white flag is out. Who's going to win the 500? Jamie Smith on the inside. Gunther on the outside. And the 20 of Ervig is actually trying to help the 4 to get to the win here. I think your best bet is trying to help your teammate, which he's sort of doing right now. Onto the backstretch then for the final time. He is helping the 11, and look at the speed, the draft that the 11 got from the help of his own teammate as they work their way in towards the last corner for the final time. I think it's going to be enough for Nick Gunther. He missed out on winning the Daytona race last season by 1,000th of a second, but he's going to go into victory lane, and he had to thank his teammate Liam Ervig to help him to get to the victory. My oh my, what a finish that was there. Jamie Smith, what a drive that was there. The Morgan McClure driver then getting second place. Dylan Poteet in third. Ervig sacrificed his position to help Nick Gunther get the win. What an absolute finish of the race there. And Jamie Smith then pulling alongside Nick Gunther. And obviously they're going to be sharing in their cockpits there together, probably waving to each other there. But what an unbelievable end to that race there. And Nick Gunther, like I says, he missed out the last race we raced at Daytona by 1,000th of a second, but he's done it today. Nick Gunther, your Daytona 500 run, and he's going to do another lap. Why not? He absolutely deserves it. The 2 fastest cars, like I said, about 40 laps ago, finished first and second. Wow, what an ending to that race. Unbelievable finish. Anyway, that's enough then. Well, thank you so much there for watching the Daytona 500. Again, congratulations to Nick Gunther, is your Daytona 500 champion, and he will also be leading the championship as we go into the second round of 26. Oh, Chris Summers and Cody Lammers also want to do another lap as well. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching this marathon of a race. I've been Sean, and we'll see you again next week where we do all over again, but this time at Auto Club. So here's the official results and the points as we go into round 2. We'll see you next week.